All right, I think we're good. Welcome everyone. Good evening. Happy holidays, etc. It is December something, 4th, 2022, and we are back for the latest episode of The Weave and the Void. This is session 9 of our campaign as we continue our way through the adventures of Bim, Bounty, Crisma, Skinnie, and Thamius. We are a man short tonight. He may be joining us later. Joey's wife had her birthday today, so they went out and got stuck in traffic on the way back. So he said they should be home by 9, which is in about 45 minutes. So hopefully he'll be ducking in once he gets home, but we'll see how things go. In the meantime, we'll do a quick recap of where we were the last session. Um, the party has wrapped up business in the city of Forkland for the moment and headed southwest with the refugees. I actually need to get this map up for everybody. Excuse me. Dun, 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 dun. World map. Get this shared. All right, map is up for everybody. Okay, so currently they had headed south from the city of Forkland, making their way down into the mountains here. And as they had gotten into the foothills, and they are preparing to head this way through the mountains, they had been ambushed on the fourth night by a group of hobgoblins, led by a hobgoblin warlord, which was a pretty nasty battle, but at the end of the day, they managed to survive. Um, and um, the refugees that they're traveling with, there are a handful of mages with the refugees, but most of them are just unlucky elves who got picked up by some of the more zealous church members in the roundup as people were being handed off to the concentration camps. So, um, at the moment, you guys are here, right in the foothills of the mountains, preparing to head off into the peaks and work your way through, going through the valleys and canyons, trying to stay as far away from civilized land as possible so that you can keep these refugees off the beaten path and or off the main path anyway, and on the beaten path and keep them away from prying eyes. Now, the only downside to this is that you don't know the lay of the land. You don't know any of these mountains. This is farther than anyone in the party had been, because all of Bim's hunting had been done within a few days of Forkland, and getting into these foothills. He's been here once or twice, but now you're getting beyond the foothills into the actual mountains. So you're going to be going into unexplored territory at this point. Um, because Bim's not here for the moment, we're going to have you guys do a long rest to wrap up the evening because I know you guys had wounds and hit points and spells that had been used. Let's do a long rest, get you guys all refreshed. So we're waking up the next morning, and we'll say that Bim is off ahead scouting with party members as you guys wake up the next morning with the refugees and the corpses of hobgoblins around you from the night before. A little removed because you guys probably moved your camp and said, "Ew, gross! I don't want to sleep on top of those hobgoblins." Um, so that's what you see when you wake up in the morning. You're slightly up into the foothills, so it's mountains rising above you to the southwest. If you've ever been into like the southern parts of the Rocky Mountains or some of the Appalachians, we're not talking like the highest peaks of the Rocky Mountains here. We're not talking 18,000 foot tall mountains here. We're talking, you know, 6 to 10,000 foot, kind of like Mexico City type. Definitely mountains, but some of them are snow peaked at the very top because we're late spring. Um, but during summer, there's no snow on these mountains at all. They're not that high. But you do have mountains rising above you to the southwest. You can kind of get a glimpse way off in the distance um, below you. Perhaps another couple of days, if you were to ride to the northeast, you could see the vastness of the inner sea. You can kind of catch it through the haze and mist above the tree lines as you are camped out here in this area of the woods. But that's what you see first thing in the morning. So where do you guys want to go from here? How do you want to proceed? You've got your group is you've got some scouts out ahead who are doing some scouting, um, and more than likely they will leave trail marks for you, so you can follow the trail, um, or you can wait for them to come back and see if they report anything. How do you guys prefer to proceed?
Carefully.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think following the scouters up ahead would be the smartest way.
Just
To
look for their
navigate.
signs and
Yeah.
okay. All right, I am going to ask for a marching order this time around because we're getting into more dangerous territory. So how do we want the marching order to be?
I would try to be in the front.
And I'll be right behind the tank. What's his name?
Should I bring up
Thamius.
the back as a
Probably, yeah.
secondary tank?
Yeah. I'll kind of mix in the middle.
Back as in back of you guys, or you want to be back behind all of the refugees?
Hmm.
Ah, they're
Thousands of
cannon
refugees.
fodder.
No, I think it's because of them we survived. I wouldn't call them cannon fodder.
But the 5 mages, yeah, the other
Yeah.
people.
Oh, fair point. The other ones.
Hmm. Well, what do you guys think?
I think
You-
in the back.
I think they'd be safer in the back. I feel like. I
Yeah.
mean, that's not necessarily always true, but I feel like that might be the case.
Yeah.
Okay, so be just at the back of you guys then?
I'll hang out towards the back of the wagons. Towards
Yeah.
the back of the refugees.
Okay, then is that where you want me?
No, it's fine. I'll stay back and keep watching around, like looking around.
Yeah, wherever you want to be, Galoon. It's up to you.
So
Yeah,
Thamius
I
and Bounty are in the
guess-
front. Skinny's at the back of the refugees.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be in the middle at the back of these guys.
So at the back of the party, but in front of the refugees. Going at back of party, front. Where do you want to be, Chris? En la orden de marchar.
The middle.
In the middle?
Yeah.
You can hang out with like Galoon and
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now, are the wagons towards the back or are they middle? Where are they?
Middle. Yeah, middle-ish. Probably the way we'd probably lay this out is have Thamius and Bounty, kind of ahead, mounted, and then we've got a wagon or two, Crisma Galoon, more refugees, maybe another wagon or two at the back, and that's where you're at, Skinny.
Perfect.
That's
And
what
I'll
you
be
said.
sitting on the wagon for most of the time then.
Okay. Because you guys brought one wagon, actually. No, you didn't. You didn't bring a wagon. Hang on a second. There might not
No.
be wagons. I just remembered that.
Oh, no, we just had the horses. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
We didn't
yeah.
actually
Draft
bring.
donkeys.
horses.
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
have
no, they
wagons.
had to have the draft horses. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot we don't have wagons. So never mind. Scratch that. I forgot all about the fact that we don't have wagons.
I got a walk.
Yeah, we just loaded up these horses. Yep.
No.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the only horses you have are the two you stole from.
Borrowed creatively.
I plan on getting
Acquired.
them back.
Steal is a strong word.
So yeah, you have
Acquired?
acquired. That's a better word. You've acquired. You
some.
acquired a couple of
Creatively.
horses.
Creatively acquired.
You acquired a couple of horses that you're currently ride. Those are mounted horses that you can ride. Then there's the two draft horses that are pulling all your supplies, and then there was like let's say, another 6 horses with the refugees, and they're letting the elderly and the children ride those horses as needed. So everybody else is going to be on foot. So Thamius, you're probably riding for sure. You would have had training to ride. Bounty, you would probably also, if you're up ahead with him, you would probably be riding. Do you have training to ride? That's a good question.
I'm checking. Is that under animal handling?
We could just roll for it if it's not listed in your character sheet.
Yeah, I think riding is the thing.
Yeah, I got animal handling. That's the only thing.
Just roll for it and just roll a 20 and don't roll bad.
Let me roll 100.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
this.
You've ridden horses before, so yeah, you're good. Skinny, you should also roll and see, do you know how to ride horses? Oh yeah, right.
Oh my
Skinny was
gosh.
born on the
He's
back
the
of a horse,
best.
actually.
Yeah. yeah.
His
I'm
mother
in the
gave
circus
birth to
to the
him
back
in a
flips.
caravan
Yeah.
on the back of a horse. Like,
He can ride better than he walks.
Crisma, I'm gonna assume that you may or may not. Galoon probably doesn't. She's a dwarf. She probably stays away from horses.
What?
What about ponies?
The
You like
ponies.
ponies?
Yeah.
Well,
I
they
have a
had
little pony.
some of the dang ponies.
Crisma,
mules?
do you think your character would know how to ride a horse if you've lived most of your life on boats?
That's a
don't
good
think-
question.
No. No, I don't know.
That's a fair thing. Like, you don't know how to ride a horse because you've spent all your
Mhm.
life on a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Galoon, can you ride ponies? Yes or no? You know, if you do, roll
Yes.
for it. Let's roll for it. See, can you ride a pony, or do ponies hate your guts?
Oh my god!
Oh!
So,
Seriously?
oh my god! Hang on, I gotta write that down.
Gee, she thinks
So-
she can ride a horse like a champ.
Horses and ponies have some
Oh my
sort of
gosh.
inherent fear of Galoon.
Oh, they
And
hate me.
anytime she gets near them, they like shy away and their ears go back and they do not like. Oh
It's
my
the beaver.
goodness.
It's the beaver Shiva that freaks them out.
That's
It's the
it's the badger.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
smell like a badger.
That makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
That totally makes sense. Yeah.
Freaks them out. Nah.
Because of badger scent.
Badgers.
Always smells like a badger.
Musky. I got a musky smell.
Oh, they think they're being hunted.
Skinny, you should put that down in your notes though, because you did roll a 20.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
Very
He can ride circus horses.
That's
yeah,
the thing, I grew up in
you're
a
gonna
circus
have.
and
We can give you
fox
some
and
sort of
stuff.
backstory for something if we need to in the future related to horses.
Yeah, when we were first saddling up and getting on, I was all trying to be like, "Don't worry, Skinny. If you don't know about horses, I'll teach you." And then he jumps on
It's
one
like,
and
yeah.
does all this stuff. I'm like, "Never mind. Maybe you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
teach
we're
me
good.
a few things."
But Davis, you did some amazing acrobatics
Yeah,
on that
true.
last horse.
I know. That's why I thought I was going to teach Skinny something, but then
Yeah.
turns out.
So I own 2 horses that hate me.
Oh. It's like, some poor dog
Can we-
owners.
Can we
can-
make it? It's just I can't ride them. Like I don't want my 2 horses to hate
Well,
me. My
so you
draft
gotta-
horses.
You got to look at it like this, Galoon. If we're ever in a situation where we need the horses to like be corralled or something, you can like help us steer them where we need them to go. Right?
Just stand over there in the gap between the trees, and they won't go that way.
Whenever I walk by, they like kick at me.
Oh my
Adorable.
goodness. They stamp their feet, curl their ears
Yeah.
back, maybe snort a little bit. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay.
Just carry a bag of apples and just give them one a day.
Oh, and we were
Build your
rolling for
trap.
Bim to hunt on the way, and you guys had used up
Ah,
a couple nights
that's
of
right.
supplies. So you had stored 7 days of supplies. I think you're down to 4 days of supplies now.
I thought we were supplementing my
You
create
are.
food and water.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
are,
You
yeah.
had your
Supplies.
spell. I forgot about the spell,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Forgot about that. Chris, can you check that real quick? That might be Sam at the door. It's not.
Peeping.
Oh, it's Pippin. Never mind then. If it's just Pippin, we're fine. All right. So you guys finish up breakfast for the morning. Thamius, you ride out with Bounty ahead of everybody, and you get maybe 5 minutes. There's a deer trail that goes out up into the woods, and that's where Bim had headed out in the morning and said, "Follow me this way when you guys are ready." You get about 5 minutes down the trail, and you see a broken branch. He told you to look for this combination of like broken little branches, and it's pointing off down the road, down the path. So let's go down that way. Okay. Get a couple hours down the path, you find another broken branch. This one's pointing off a little bit to the south.
Yeah, we're avoiding anything.
What's that?
We're sticking to like kind of off path. But it's got to be a path, obviously, with horses and stuff. But
You hope.
we're not going on any roads or anything. like that.
You hope. Well, yeah, it's not like yes, you're not. There's no roads up here that you know of, so you're following deer trails and signs left by Bim at this point. But there's not like a path, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Get up to about noon and you come up through the hills. Everybody's a bit winded by this point. It's been a steady uphill climb all morning, working your way up. You can get a good view out now back to the northeast, and you can actually see off in the distance. There's the volcano way off in the middle of the inner sea, way off there, smoking away. You can see the sea behind you, and then southwest is just more mountains up and above. And roll a perception, Thamius and Bounty. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thamius misses the next little trail branch, but Bounty manages to catch it at the last minute, and it's pointing off towards sort of the northwest, so kind of gonna start to zigzag, and you can look up and you can see that it's this switchback that's gonna go up this canyon, and you're gonna be climbing for the next few hours up this switchback trail that goes up the mountains. You're basically at the end of this sort of valley here, and it doesn't appear that there's any way out, and the sign points up that way. Okay, get a little bit up, a little further up. All right, you guys are all the way up the switchback, and by this point, as you get up to the top, there is a sort of another kind of not a landing, but a wide open space. It's kind of lightly forested, and you can see another little stone marked on the ground next to a broken branch, and it points off back to the southwest, and you can see a heavily forested section ahead of you. It is about 5 p.m. You can make it to the edge of the tree line, and you will need to make camp for the night at the edge of the trees.
Okay.
You look around you. You've got mountains up to the north, more mountains to the south, but it also drops down to the south, so you can actually see a little bit down, and then there's some other higher peaks, but you can actually see off to the distance to the southeast a little bit. Can't see too far because night's falling, but north is just mountains above you, like actual peaks above you. South you can see, and then you got this tree line. And as you approach the tree line, you find Bim already having taken care of getting a little campfire area set up, and waves at everybody as they come in, and you guys can set up for camp for the night. How do we want to do guard shifts? Who wants to take what shift?
Want to just do initiative for
And
that?
we'll just, by the way, that's a good idea. And also,
Yeah.
we will keep the same rotation every night so we don't have to re-roll every time. Same thing with the marching order. We'll just keep the same thing. Rather than roll initiative though, just roll because it'll track it on the just roll 20s. Everybody just roll a 20, please.
All right.
That way it's not tracked on the combat tracker. This is gonna be, and I'll roll for Bim. Watch order. So Bounty is first. Skinnie is next. And then Bim. Then Crisma. Thamius. And Galoon. So we can do like 1 hour shifts for each. Like 1.5, something like that. 3, 6, 9. We do 1.5. That gives you a good 9 hours of downtime every day. So some of that'll probably be spent breaking down camp, setting up camp will be included in there a little bit. Okay. So Bounty, you're taking the first watch. Does anything happen during Bounty's watch? Nothing happens during Bounty's watch. Skinnie's watch. Nope. Bim's watch. Nope. Christmas watch. Nope. Thamius's watch. Nope. Galoon's watch. No, your first. Well, it's your 5th night. This is the 5th night. Is uneventful. Everybody gets a full night's worth of sleep and manages to cast off the memories a little bit of those hobgoblins who attacked the night before. But tonight, everybody got a good night's rest. Next morning when you wake up, Bim is already gone. He had headed off into the woods. Talked to Galoon on his way out and told her as she was finishing up her watch, "We're going this way," and he pointed to the southwest through the woods. So he's been gone a couple hours by the time the camp is up and having breakfast and breaking down the camp and everything else and heading out. Now, as you guys are finishing breakfast, you hear a rumble of thunder, and you see up into the north and to the east a storm coming in from the inner sea. Do any of you? Well, just roll a perception. All of you just roll perception.
Mm,
Oh yeah. So Crisma, having grown up on the sea, spent all her time on the sea, you recognize that the storm that is coming is going to be a bad one. It's going to be heavy winds, lots of rain, probably lightning and thunder. And it's probably 2 hours away, maybe 3. Okay.
Unsheltered.
Any caves around?
Mm.
mm,
Roll for it. Roll a 20. If you roll a 15 or better, maybe. Yeah, let's see.
let's see. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. Doesn't appear that there's any caves in the vicinity that you can see from where you're at right now. So your only best option at the moment is get into the trees and head down the path that that Bim had traveled down. Um, the first hour is going to be spent breaking up the camp, and as you're breaking up the camp, everybody's in a hurry, glancing up at the sky nervously. You can hear thunder and lightning. You can see it in the sky. It's coming closer and closer. Rain is already starting, like drops of rain are starting to come as you finish up breaking camp. But the heart of the storm is still a ways away. But the wind is picking up. There's gusts of winds. You manage to get under the shelter of this forest before it gets nasty, nasty. As you travel through the forest, it's noisy at this point. You've got huge gusts of wind that are moving the trees around above you. There are limbs crashing down occasionally from the wind. Let's see, did any of them hit your? No, some of them are falling around you at this point. Lightning and thunder is getting closer. You get about an hour into the journey and the rain hits, and it's just a torrential downpour that is just pushing leaves and debris from the treetops down on top of your party. It becomes muddy underfoot. There are more limbs crashing down, lightning and thunder crashing above you. Who is so towards the back? Skinny, you were towards the back with like the pack horses and the refugees, right?
Yeah.
All right, you rolled a 20 with horses, so now's your chance to do a little bit of animal handling, sir. We should probably just give you, since you rolled for that, let's give you an inherent bonus with animal handling. Just have to put in, you get like +2 to animal
With
handling.
horses or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
+2 with horses. Let's just say +2 with
Okay.
horses if you have animal handling rolls. A big tree limb is going to come crashing down and next to one of the horses, and the limbs, like the additional limbs and leaves and everything, are gonna just the bulk of that limb is like a size of your thigh as it comes crashing down, and all the leaves and stuff are gonna brush down the side of the horse, and it's gonna spook the horse. So let's roll to see if you can calm it down and grab it before it bolts off into the woods with supplies. Oh yeah, yeah. You got this. You got this.
I do horsey stuff to stealth it.
Yeah. Calm down.
You,
It's like
you make it look easy.
Yeah.
it's the guy from Red Dead Redemption 2. Whoa, girl, easy, girl. That'll do, girl. A little bit of Arthur Morgan horse seduction going on. All right, you get it calmed down. Unfortunately, because of the rain and everything else, the torrential downpour, you have lost all sight of any trail sign left by Bim. The storm is crashing down around you. It's still going on. You're now in the middle of a forest. It is almost as dark as it would be at night because of the storm above you, and you are completely and utterly lost. No sense of direction, um, no sign of any trail. It's just rain and tree debris falling on top of you and crash, boom, bang. What do you guys want to do?
Best thing to do is just stay put because
I
Bim
think
can
so.
find us.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be easier for him to find us than us find him. We're gonna make it harder for him to find us. So I think we should just make do with what we have and try to just hunker down.
Yep.
We don't have a time limit
Quick.
on when we're trying to get there anyway. Better to stay safe.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
time limit at this point.
That we're aware of
Maybe-
anyway.
Try to set up little lean-tos with branches and stuff like that to cut the wind a bit.
I don't know. How are you feeling? Are you have a fever or anything? You know, has that cough, Thamius?
I don't know. I think it's I don't think it's gotten any worse. Who would be best suited to try to do that? To like use nature here to try to help fortify.
Yeah, it'd be survival. Definitely not me.
Definitely, I don't think me.
I don't
Check.
see a survival thing on mine. There it is. I have a +2 to wisdom.
Okay.
I'm not proficient in it, but
What about you, Bounty? You any good?
Survival, I got uh, 0. Like
Okay. So
it's just a
Galoon.
it's a straight up roll.
Galoon. Yeah,
As
me
I was,
too.
I was chatting with one of the refugees. They have a +10, so nothing's like an
Nice.
outdoorsy chat. So worth a shot.
Yeah, I think Galoon would probably be best suited to help
Yeah.
try to fortify while we're just trying to set up camp, get everybody settled.
Have an idea what we should be doing. Yeah.
maybe try to find 2 sturdy trees and start leaning up branches and stuff between them to make a wall, break wall.
Does anyone actually? Well, you'll need to roll survival to see if you can actually build something that'll
Sure.
withstand the nature of this storm. No. You can find some sticks, but there's nothing that's gonna build any sort of shelter type at the moment. You're not, thankfully you're sheltered from the bulk of the wind. That's just hitting the treetops above you. It's mostly debris that's falling down on you and the rain and all the mud beneath your feet at the moment. You can kind of stack some sticks up, but you can't find anything directly available that's going to be able to provide you with any shelter. You would need to collect dozens of, like, 6-foot long logs and stuff to put up. There doesn't appear to be anything directly available. You can find a couple of them. Is there anything in the what did we have in the pack? Was that just foodstuffs in the pack animals?
Yeah, mostly get some food
Mhm.
stuff.
Okay.
Like some bedrolls.
I mean,
stuff
at
like
this
that.
point, probably your best bet is to hunker down against some trees under the least rainy spot that you can find and just try to wait this out.
Especially if we can find something like lower, low valley or something like that.
Okay.
Come least lesser of a
Blood.
target.
About 3 hours pass, and the storm finally dissipates. And what you're left with is an unrecognizable surroundings of just there's patches of like sky that you can see above, and it's still cloudy, but you can actually see like these sections where the limbs are broken and just hanging. And as the rain starts to disappear, you see that you were really lucky because there was a couple of trees that fell down near your location. Um, but the forest it went through a lot with this storm. So by this point, it's early afternoon. Yeah, no sign of Bim.
We really don't even know where we're at now, huh?
No, we're gonna have to wait for Bim to find us if we can't see his trail. We make more of a trail that he could follow than the other way around.
Yeah.
A bunch of us walking.
Yeah, is there anywhere nearby that looks like high ground? Just that.
All
A
you
smoky fire.
all you can see is forest. That's
Okay.
it. You were pushing through the forest following Bim's
Right.
trail for about 2 hours before the storm really got to you. So you're about 2 hours in, and it's so bad you don't even know which direction you came in from at this point. So the only thing you see is trees in all directions and the occasional sky above you from broken treetops.
Unless anybody else has another plan, I believe we just stay hunkered down, eat some of Bounty's mage gruel, and
Other than a
wait
smoky
for Bim
fire,
to find us. Because Bim will
that-
be.
that could call any. That could call anything though.
Yeah, true. You guys want to risk it?
Be the easiest way for Bim to find us.
I think so too. Yeah, I'm down with that. Try to find some.
I mean,
don't
it's
know,
wet
we'll
wood.
use
It's
I
gonna
was gonna say
smoke.
lots of wood.
That's true. That's true. All right, yeah, let's do that. Smoke signal.
Okay. So
Any
you're gonna try to
spells,
light some
Bounty?
wood. The wood is not going to be lightable by normal means, but doesn't Bounty have some fire knowledge, or was it life
Do
and
you?
general
Fireball.
knowledge?
Fireball the woods.
Well, yeah, I have fire circle.
What does that do?
Isn't that like +1 to damage for fire spells?
Oh, yeah. So, yes, you were from the fire circle. I was like, a spell
Yeah.
called fire
Oh,
circle. What?
no.
I don't remember that.
Stay away.
No,
Fire.
I'm good with fire.
Idioso.
I'm a pyro by nature.
I'll just light up one of the trees.
No. Now, Bounty, I've read and heard stories of magic folk being able to create signals with smoke. Is that something is that true, or is that just a rumor of the fairy tale?
There's magical messages I can send through like clairvoyance and stuff, but I'd have to study and look into that.
So you can't just whip out a pipe and make a dragon or anything. That's not real. That's sorry if I'm from a world where we didn't deal with a lot of the elvish magical ways. So I was hoping maybe there's something you had up your sleeve there.
I could set the fire or the forest on fire.
Yes, humans are also very good at that. I don't think that was what we were going for.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I could just instantly light up a few trees.
Gosh, can't we just set a fire?
Yeah,
Like, why light
that's
up a
so.
tree?
I don't know.
Oh, Monday.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, see if we can't just make enough smoke to make it easier for Bim to find us.
That's so peasant-like.
I guess I'll try to start a fire.
Yeah, and I'll help gather the wood. As dry as I can find, which won't be much, but I'll try.
We probably would have had things like kindling.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Or
The
traveling
question
stuff.
is, you're not. Yeah, the wood's not going to be able to be lit by normal means. You definitely need to use magic. You can light a fire. What's the purpose of the fire? Is you're trying to send smoke signals?
Yeah, we're just trying to send smoke up
smoky
to make
fire,
it easier.
yeah.
Like he sees the smoke and he's like, "Oh, they must have a camp there or
Could
whatever."
smell it, see it, yeah.
Okay. After about an hour of finagling and getting pissed off at trying to use normal means, you break out the magic. Some of the refugees help as well, and even with magical means, the wood is all so wet at this point that even with magical means, it takes quite a bit of effort. But after about an hour, you can get a fire going, sending some smoke up into the air. It's about 3 o'clock by this point. Still no Bim. No Bim. No Bim. It's now 6 o'clock at night, and there's still no sign of Bim. What do you want to do?
He got eaten by a boar again.
Just move on without him.
I'm gonna message him in Discord and say, "Hurry up." No, I think we should just still stay. I think we should just keep trying. Because
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
we waste a whole day, it's better than
Right.
losing Bim and getting separated, and even if it takes a few days. And he had others with him too, right? Isn't that right? There's a
Yeah.
couple of the other elves scouting with him.
Yeah, there's some people with him, so he's not completely by himself.
He found a bar and he's just getting drunk.
Yeah, that's a good question. Did his drinking buddy go with him, or is he with us? What's his
Karayan?
name? Karayan, yeah.
Yeah, Karayan is not here at the moment. He went with Bim.
Oh boy. They may.
Plus side,
Yeah.
Karayan seems to be able to handle himself, so if they're
Yeah.
together, theoretically.
Yeah, I say we just stay put.
Yeah, one more night.
Okay, so you're gonna camp here for the night. Okay. All right. So we are doing order again. A little bit different this time. Bounty's first. Skinny's next. Bim's not here, so Crisma's next. Then Thamius. And Galoon. Galoon is on watch about 4 a.m. and hears some noises in the woods off to her right. No frame of reference where that is, but just hears some noises off to the right. Sounds like they're coming in your direction.
It's a they, so it's a lot of noise.
Sounds like multiple things, yes. Do you have any nature lore?
No.
Do you have an? I mean, just roll at nature and see if you can
Sure.
determine what this is.
There is nature skill you can roll. It's
There
based
is.
on int.
Yeah, you've
Yes, you
you've
got
heard this before. There's owl bears near you.
No,
shh.
not owl bears.
All right, I'll run to
And
Thamius
there's
first.
multiple. There's multiple. You don't know how many, but it sounds like
Ah.
more than one.
Jeez. Okay.
I'll be waking everybody up. I'll run to
What?
Thamius first, but I'll be yelling for everybody up. Owl bears.
Owl? What owl bear? I'm out.
All right. Well, yeah, let's get up as many people as we can, and
Yep.
you know, the fire's going.
Oh yeah. This was you guys were camped out. Fire was going. Hopefully waiting for Bim to come back. You guys were on watch. Refugees are sleeping. Most everybody's sleeping. They're not going to catch you flat-footed, but it is going to be a quick to combat scenario because they were actively hunting and smelled the fire and hungry owl bears. So everybody roll initiative, please. And I need to get Bim off here because he's not actually here. So we're just. I need to get one of those maps up, don't I? Hold up. Do, 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 do. Okay, this works. Just so that I can have you guys on the map. Because the grid thing was the issue we were dealing with last time, so this way you guys can have a grid.
Mm.
Skinny. Bounty. Thamius! What is this for? Hang on, I'm just getting this up so that I can share it with you guys. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright. Gosh darn it, I accidentally closed the map. I'm herping and derping. Alright. Sharing the map with you guys. You guys all have the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Bim is the only one not on the map. Get them a little farther away. How far is that? A little farther than that still. Okay. Alright. That is your scenario. There are 3 owl bears hunting together and they are snuffling their way through the woods towards your camp. But because you heard them, you were able to roll initiative, and you get to go first.
Right. Brock is first.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him just stay with me until we figure out what's going on.
Okay, so he's going to pass his turn. Let me get this on the marker. Okay, Crisma.
Mm. How far are there?
45 feet, like 50 feet. I mean, you can shoot your bow from a long way away.
Is a square 1 square 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, she's going to attack. Okay, the number one.
Whichever one you want to.
When me the, with me, my short bow,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I can. Okay,
Do you remember how to move the map?
second. Yeah,
Okay,
one
there you
second.
go.
Okay.
Oh, I see an Idhradlor connecting.
Okay.
Nice. Comes in from behind and kills them all.
Okay. Hmm.
So did you miss, Chris? All right, you missed.
Yeah.
Galoon's up.
Yeah.
All right. And how far away were they?
About 35 feet.
And we can see them. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. They're not still in the woods.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I can't move that far actually. What's my speed? 30. All right, I can get up to about here.
Okay.
Well, you know what? If I can't get close enough, I might as well just use my bow from back here.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, that's Brock. I need me. I'm going to shoot my arrow. I'll go for owlbear 2, I guess. Bow, crossbow.
Are you targeting him or
I'm dropping the dice.
manually dropping? Okay.
Mhm.
That's a miss. Skinny, you're up.
I'm gonna try and actually hide. And I'm assuming there are trees here, right? Or is this like a really big clearing?
Yeah,
Is this
you're in
what we're
like
looking
a
at?
forested. Yeah, it's you guys were in the middle of where you camped, so it's no clearing. It's definitely forested. You kind of found a small enough clearing area to make a camp, but it's mostly forested. So there's plenty of trees and bushes and everything else. So you're just gonna hide. That's it.
Yeah, I'll move up there and then I guess we'll do stealth roll.
Okay, so roll your stealth. Yep. Oh yeah. Good to go. All right. Bounty, you're up.
I will bless. Is Bim here or not?
No, he's not here, but hang on. I do need to switch the Joey, are you here in Discord now?
Yes.
There
All
we
right,
go.
hang on. I gotta
Okay.
switch our OBS overlay over. Hold on. All right.
I was actually here 20 minutes ago, but I was having internet issues, so
Fingers
I
crossed.
got that all fixed. Hopefully.
Hey, Chris, can you turn your camera just a little bit? Or no, actually, you're fine. You're fine. I'll fix it on my end. Go ahead, Bounty.
I can do
No,
it.
you're fine. You're fine. Let me do it from my end.
Perdón, es que me muevo a veces y pues por eso.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll fix it. Anyway, Bounty, you're good. Or did you already do your thing? Sorry, I was doing.
No, I'm trying to target the people to blast them.
Okay. You had them targeted, I think. Brock.
Yeah, I had. So yeah, Brock, Galoon, and Thamius. I'm gonna 2+.
Somewhere in the distance from the woods, you hear a voice cry out, "Don't die, guys!"
Okay,
So they're blessed.
they're blessed.
All right, Thamius, you're up.
All right. I would like to move. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. Try to get in the middle here. Here.
Okay.
All right. And I am going to bless Skinnie, Crisma, and Bountycode.
Can you double bless?
Oh, do I have somebody double? I thought
Well,
those-
Bounty just cast blessed on them, so the
Well,
question.
on
No,
but not
it's
on
different
them.
people.
I'm
Not on
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
blessing the ones that aren't blessed.
Okay.
It should just be real quick effect.
So while he's doing that,
Cast.
Bim, you're not actually here at the moment. You're
True, I figured.
lost in the
There we
woods
go.
somewhere. You didn't show up.
Oh, good.
You and Karayan disappeared into the woods. There was a big storm. They waited for you to come back. You never did. They slept and decided to wait another day.
That's it for me.
Thanks for waiting, guys.
We waited 2 days for you.
Hey,
And
that's in that time period. Like that's a long time to wait for somebody to come back.
Sure is.
Rawr.
You're welcome.
All right, I actually need to read up on the owlbears. I remember they're pretty nasty, but I don't remember what they do. Oh, it's just a basic,
Owlbears.
just basic 2
Mhm.
attacks. Okay.
3 owlbears.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
DM didn't like us just waiting around, so the
Yeah.
owlbears kind
it's the rage mechanic.
It's a miss. It's a miss. Owlbear 2. It's a hit. Oof.
Oh, gee, mini Christmas.
Mm.
And the second attack was a miss. Third one. Okay. We're going back up to Brock.
Okay. Oh, I had that moved. Rock. He's-
Don't let me forget, Nathan, that if they roll against Brock or anybody near you, I have to give the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because I always forget that. That's a hit.
Nice.
Nice. And he gets
Ooh,
another hit.
almost a 5.
Claw.
It's also a hit.
Oh,
Oh, it hit.
dang.
Nice.
Works. Is that going to go on too?
Okay, nicely done, Brock. All right, Crisma, you're up.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I'm going to move
Mm-hmm.
close to number 1
Okay.
and okay.
And you're gonna attack.
With my rapier,
Uh-huh.
yes, I'm going to use the different Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Okay. Skinny, help me out here because I don't play rogue a lot, but I kind of want to help teach Chris a little bit more about how to play her rogue like a rogue. So at the end of this round, she can then disengage. What's your max movement, Chris? Can I see your main page on your character sheet?
Yeah.
You can move 45. You moved 20, so she could disengage and move another 25, correct? Yeah. And then can she also stealth, or does that count as an action? Oh, you're muted, by the way.
That's the disengage.
Okay.
So she can't stealth, but she can.
So she would disengage and move away if she
Sure.
wanted to.
Yeah, it gets lifted. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Now it's safer.
So I'm going to explain this to her in Spanish just so that it's a little easier for her to understand, so everybody. Básicamente, porque tú eres un rogue, cada vez que tú atacas como así, al fin de su turno, si hay puntos de movimiento que se queda, por ejemplo, tú moviste 20,
Ya me quedan 21, ¿no?
25 más.
25, sorry.
Entonces, tú puedes usar una habilidad, se llama disengage. Básicamente significa que tú puedes salir combate sin,
Ok, regreso.
sin penalidades y mover en otra dirección por otro 25 o la máximo posible.
Ok, alejarme de...
Exactamente, si quieres.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay, and you can do that every time that you have combat. And does she get the bonus action here, bonus damage, because it's engaged on another target?
Yeah, as long as it's engaged with something within 5 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that would be, what is it, 3d6 now for you guys?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3 6-sided dice. Chris, you can roll extra damage. 3d6.
Yeah, and I was just looking because the whole reason I stealth was hopefully to get a surprise, but I wanted to look at it first. There is no surprise except at the very beginning. So
Oh,
it's
for like
stealthing.
if you haven't already engaged.
Correct. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a very beginning. Yeah, so stealthing mid combat doesn't really have a huge advantage in a lot of
Okay.
ways.
You can roll 3 6 dice, Chris, for extra damage. So empuja la izquierda en el 6 y mantiene la izquierda empujada y clic derecha 2 veces. I'm trying to show her how to do multiple dice. There you go. Y jalar esas 3. Así es. Okay, so that's an additional 8 on Owlbear 1. Okay, Galoon.
This side?
Okay.
My
Thamius, while I'm
claws.
thinking of this, Thamius, is it within 5 feet of you is who gets disadvantage?
Within 5, yes.
Chris, don't forget to move where you want to move.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
nicely done.
Ooh, dang.
Me... ¿Cuánto me queda? 20, ok.
Double.
Okay, next up. You get a second attack. Also a hit. Nice. Skinny.
Hit that one too.
Nice.
I forgot to roll it on it.
That's okay. Just roll your normal damage, and it should automatically do it. Like put your damage on it. It should count that normal damage, and then I'll just add the 16.
I did the normal damage first, I think, to it.
No, all you did was the hit.
Oh, did you?
So now you just need to roll your normal
Oh, I thought I
damage.
did it. Never mind. I thought I did. Oh, I rolled to hit again.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's what it was. Okay.
All right. So you
Ah.
did 6 plus 16. That's on Owlbear 3.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Bounty, you're up.
I will attack Owlbear 3 with a firebolt.
Ooh, who's in your line of fire? Which one were you attacking?
Number
Four.
3.
Number 4.
Number 3.
Number
All
4.
right, roll a 6 to see if you singe Galoon a little bit with your firebolt.
You dare.
Oh.
Better miss, mister.
Rolled up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh,
it was
Yeah.
strategic. Went
Yeah.
right around your head.
Yeah. No problems. You felt a little heat, but that's it.
It was a
I-
curveball. I
I
just
give him a dirty look.
that was a curveball.
Fabius, you're
a
up.
curve
Alright.
fireball.
Yeah.
Let me cast this on myself and get a relic going here. Let's attack Owlbear number 2. See if it works.
By the way, what's up, Mujin and
It's a
Liam?
miss.
Thanks for
Alright.
being here tonight, guys.
That's it for me.
You missed.
Liam. Hello,
missed.
Liam.
Yeah.
Who's in
I-
between the two YouTube chats?
I was
I can't-
too concerned with looking at that fireball slinging by Galoon.
I can't even see the chat. I have to look crane over because I have the laptop monitor is behind my big monitor, so I can't see it unless I physically look. So I didn't realize everybody was chatting. All right. All right. Owlbear's turn. Owlbear 1. I'm gonna roll a 1d6 to see whether it stays on Thamius or switches to Brock. 1, 2, 3. It stays on. 4, 5, 6. It switches to Brock. Okay, it stays on Thamius. It's a miss. It's a miss. Number 2 is going to stay on Thamius. It's a hit. Oh. Okay. Now it's
Nice.
claw. Also a hit. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It stays on Thamius. 4, 5, 6. Switches to Galoon. Switches to Galoon.
He should be at a disadvantage.
Oh, thank you for
Oh, yep,
reminding
yep,
me.
yep. You
Thank-
can just roll again.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Either way, it's a hit.
Still
So.
hit.
Okay, disadvantage.
+5.
Ooh, it rolled a nat 20.
It would have been a net 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Brock. Nick, you're muted.
Bite.
Oh, I hear you now.
Sorry.
That's a hit.
Wow, a 5 hit. Nice.
That
How did you-
blessing.
Like bless.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Claw.
The claw.
Nice, another hit.
All right, Chris, your turn.
Okay. Um, and
You do extra damage now. 3d6.
no. Okay.
Okay, that's an additional 7 on
Okay, yeah.
first one. Okay, and then you disengage and move away.
Imagine her running away like Jack Sparrow's.
Yeah.
Arms flailing.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Galoon.
Number 3 again. Law.
Ooh.
All right, roll a 6 to see if that nat 1 did.
Oh.
Thamius. What's the normal damage on the claw? Is it 1d6 or what is it?
Yeah, it's 1d6.
All right, roll a 1d6.
Now roll a 1.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Thamius.
Just a little scratch.
You take a little scratch against your left or your right leg as her claw misses the owlbear and nicks you. All right, you get one more attack, Galoon, I believe.
Make it count.
Sorry, it was my left hand.
On the owl bear, not them.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Okay.
All right. Now we went a 6. Ah.
Still,
Skinny.
I think still up. Yeah, I guess I'll go for that one too. Hey, you know.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Actually, of course, I moved up. So,
Yeah, I
uh,
assumed. So that's 8 plus your bonus. This is owlbear 3, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't roll on it. I can't roll it on the owl bear.
No, the bonus damage you just have to throw it
Yeah.
on the table and
Oh.
I'll add it manually. Eventually, one day
Yeah.
we'll figure out how to add that as a macro to make it.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
it's a dead owlbear.
Nice.
It goes down with a howl and a screech. Bounty.
All right. On number 1, let's see if I can not roast the beaver.
There's so many ways to take that,
Yeah.
sir.
Come on.
Nobody likes roasted beaver. Working it
Uh,
too hard, sir.
It's a hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thamius.
I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
Okay.
You didn't heal
So
poor
selected.
Thamius. You're the healer.
I'm the healer. I'm acting like DPS. Sorry.
Got a little carried away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's 5, right? That's 25 points.
Yeah, they
Okay.
did it. Yep.
All right. Owlbear. 1, 2, 3 stays on Thamius. 4, 5, 6 switches. It switches. Owlbear 1 is switching from Thamius to Brock. Ooh. Rolls
Crit.
an automatic miss.
Crit miss.
Oh, I need to roll a disadvantage too. That doesn't hit its friend. Disadvantage. Claw. That's a hit. Okay. Owlbear 2. Remaining on Thamius. It's a miss. That's a miss. Alright. Back to Brock.
So he doesn't have a disadvantage for attacking Thamius?
No.
It's only for
help
people in
others.
his radius.
Only the people around you.
Yeah, it's like a
Gotcha.
defensive tank thing.
Very paladin like.
It's the aura of Coca-Cola is what it's called.
Like it.
Owlbear 1 bite.
That is a hit.
Ooh, it's
6.
almost 6.
Right, claw.
All right. Brock leaps up, grabs the owlbear by the throat, and the owlbear goes down in a agonizing cry.
Okay.
Crisma.
Okay. I'm going to move close to here.
Okay.
Okay. And I will use my rapier again. Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay. A second.
It's an additional 15. Okay.
Nice.
And
good.
I want to move back. Here's okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Galoon.
Last owl bear. Oh. Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
dang.
Oh yeah.
Stab him in the face.
Nice.
Right. Shink.
And her other claw. This is the claw that means business.
It's also a hit.
Ooh,
Oh
nice.
yeah, nicely done. Your second claw comes out and you jab it right in its eye, and it goes down with a growl. And you have survived the
Nice.
owlbear attack on your camp.
Bim! You're back.
It's fine.
Bim's not actually back, but yeah, he's in the party.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he
I thought
hasn't.
he came up
hasn't
the-
arrived yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. All right, so you've survived the owlbear attack. The refugees are all awake now. Some of the mages had gotten up and were preparing to get involved in the combat, but you took care of it on your own. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning now. You can kind of see some light in the sky above you, but it's still somewhat dark. Still no sign of Bim at your camp yet. What do you guys want to do right now?
I'm going to do a prayer of healing on the group.
Okay.
And that was first thing in the morning, basically last shift.
Mhm.
Breakfast.
True.
Coffee.
Yeah. Owlbear for breakfast.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Roast
Do
one
ow-
up.
I was gonna say,
Yummy.
do owl bears lay eggs? I don't know.
Have to
They
find
do.
its nest.
They do, but I don't think
Yep.
I want to go looking for the nest. But
All right. So you guys do this. You get healed up.
yeah, I'm glad the healer remembered to heal me after the battle's over.
Sorry.
Finally.
Yeah. I was.
I kind of
No,
yelled
no, no.
from the front lines. Could
Offense.
you throw him a heel?
Offense sometimes the best defense.
It's a mass heal. Yeah, I healed 3 people.
Okay.
On the roll, you can see 3 rolls.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Brock,
I missed it. Yeah.
yeah, Thamius, and Galoon for 17.
Pretty good heal.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah.
Okay. So from here you've healed up. What do you guys want to do from here? Have breakfast or
Yeah, we might as well
Oh,
be up
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
you
Not
guys?
So
going
chi-
back to sleep after that.
Chicken wings.
We're not moving anywhere
Chicken
till
wings,
Bim gets
chicken
here.
wings,
So.
hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni. All right. You guys go ahead and have your breakfast. I don't know if anybody's brave enough to eat some owlbear, but there are some fresh corpses there if you'd like. But otherwise, you can have some bland bounty food.
Yeah, we'll just
Um,
eat the bounty food out there.
Oh, you can't eat
That's right.
owl bears.
I don't think owlbear is meant for eating. I hear it's tough and greasy and not only gonna slow us down.
As you guys are in the middle of breakfast, it's probably about 6:30 in the morning here. You guys are getting towards the end of your breakfast. You guys hear some sort of a call, some sort of a howl, a cry, a growl. It's not you're not quite sure what it is coming from the skies above, and you catch a brief glimpse of something that just flew by through an opening in the trees, and all of the treetops above you as it
Bad news.
flies over your group. Um, Everybody roll. I believe that's going to be a nature roll. Let me double check here. Dun, 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 dun. I always forget what this is. Is it going to be nature? Yeah.
Nature roll.
Yeah, nature roll.
Nature.
Is it a horse? Do I get a +2?
um, Nobody got a good enough of a glimpse of it to see what it was, and no one recognizes the sound that they heard. But something big and something winged flew above your camp over the tops of the forest as you guys are finishing up breakfast.
Big and winged. Um,
Guessing we don't want to go out in the open fields.
Yeah.
Soon.
dragon? What was that?
Still no sign of Bim.
Must have got eaten by that thing.
Little snack.
Wow. Did we bring any alcohol with us? Maybe we just spill
Of
it around the
course.
camp. We spill a little bit around the camp and help draw him
I don't
to
go
us.
anywhere without booze, man.
Oh, you're telling I just got what you said there. Yes. It's a little bait trap for Bim. It's just a little thimble full
Start
of whiskey.
wafting the booze.
Here, Bim. Here, Bim.
Boy,
Here's a little whiskey. Here's a little whiskey, Bim.
I hear those little guys can smell booze from a 20-mile radius.
We're not pouring my good ale on the ground, sir.
Oh my God.
All right then.
Oh,
We can drink it
amazing.
You got some orc ale.
while we're killing time. We can drink.
Yeah, I guess we'll just chill with try to keep the smoke going, and I guess we'll just take a break today after the owlbear slaying and drink a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem when your tracker and hunter just disappears.
Mhm.
All right, you guys are hanging out. A couple hours go by. A couple more hours go by. It's now noon. Okay. It's mid-afternoon, and you hear something off in the distance. Hang on, I think I do this better with my hand. It's Bim crying out, looking for you guys, but Patty! Galoot! Skinnie!
Sure.
Somebody get that darn brownie.
All right, Bim, you have returned, and you
Oh,
have
yes.
unfortunate news for the party.
Oh no.
As you were off, Karayan has remained behind to continue scouting, but you have stumbled upon the territory of a green dragon, and it is hunting the party. And you have been tracking it for the last day and a half to confirm that that was the case. You're on the outskirts, so this part of the forest is not enchanted, but it caught wind of the party coming up when you guys before the storms,
Mm.
and it you and Karian had been out scouting and had stumbled upon this section of the woods where Karian had said, "Hey man, this is I'm feeling something funky here, man. There's like weird fog going on and thickets, and I'm feeling some creepy magic going on." And then you saw it, and then you saw it take off and head back towards the way that you had just come from with your as you had been walking down, and you guys followed it as best you could, managed to make it to the edge of the woods, and it had been circling around, and it landed at one of the campsites and was investigating who's in my woods. And then you've been hurrying to catch up with the party since then, trying to find them in all the chaos of the storm, the broken leaves and everything else, and you've now caught up with them and you can relay this information to them.
Guys, we're in trouble. There's this big green dragon tracking us. Hopefully you haven't seen him, but bad news.
We might have something huge flew above the trees, so
Common
Oh,
or
I think you'd have
dragons
known.
in this world?
How common are dragons? Uncommon. Like,
Okay.
no one has seen dragons in a very, very long time. They're sort of myths and legends. But they did exist at one point in time. In terms of the lore, the last sighting of a dragon was several thousand years ago. There was a big war between the elves and the dragons. It's actually part of what's going on in the book right now is that one of our young protagonists found an elder forged weapon. And it's a sword that was forged specifically during the war against the dragons, and it was something that was forged by the elven smiths eons ago to use the weave and focus the energy into being able to combat dragons. Now, no one has seen one in several thousand years because they've been off. Some of them supposedly traveled somewhere beyond this world. Others had went into hiding in remote places of the world, but they have not been seen for quite some time because no one's been going off and exploring the mountains since the cataclysm, which was about 500 years ago. The whole purpose of the last 500 years was people rebuilding and repopulating cities and dealing with the shifting of the continents and the dwarves rebuilding the Nilrenheim Mountains and everything being the rebuilding and the humans coming north and building Parthana and so on and so forth. So there hasn't been any exploration into mountains happening for the past few centuries. So yeah, there hasn't been any dragon sightings for many, 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 many years. And Bounty would know this, as would Crisma. Um, it's been at least 3,000 years since the elves have seen any of the dragons.
Yeah. I mean, I'd heard of them, but now we know they're real. So I don't know what we're gonna do.
And you're
Crying's gonna
certain
stay back and
you're
oh,
certain it was a dragon.
absolutely. We saw it come in and we saw it watching the camp, one of our old camps. Yeah, got a real good close look at it. Yeah.
Now, what you don't know, is it a young dragon? Is it an old dragon?
Oh,
That's something
I
you're
know
not going to
nothing
know.
about
Yeah.
dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be
I know
the
nothing
first
about.
to
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is
And
really
and
not good.
and honestly, like I mean, you all know me. I like to kill things, but I'd rather not kill this as rare as they are. So
No, if we could, even if we tried,
I have no idea if we could. Yeah.
it'd be best to try to avoid.
stick to the woods if we can.
Thinking that and maybe cold camp from now on. I mean, Bounty can summon that food for us. So
Something that is worth noting is that the forest where you and Karian had been exploring deeper in, that's when you had come across what was assumedly its territory, because Karian had felt magic, and there was like a strange fog that had started to penetrate the forest. That's about another half a day's journey, sort of towards the northwest. Um, that's the area that you explored. You don't know if the territory extends beyond that, because you had gone up sort of to the northwest in your exploration because you were following these deer trails and stuff, and found that forest, saw the dragon. It had taken off. You guys followed it, saw that it was scouting out the back path where you guys had been in the camps, everything else. You came back to warn the party, and Karian had gone back to continue investigating where the how big is the territory of that dragon?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that area that you found that we think might be its nest or what have you, should try to take a wide berth
Yeah,
around
that
that
was to the
area.
north. That was to the northwest, so you could
It
go
was, yeah.
southwest. At this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. We
Um,
don't go uphill.
yeah, yeah. Just don't go towards because it's. Remember how I said to the north is like well, before you entered the forest, the north was peaks, and south was lower peaks, and then you can kind of see out over them. But the north is like higher peaks, and you went into the forest, and then this, according to BIM, you're still. I should bring up the world map. Hang on a second. It's better if I have the world map on the. Images. Sharing the map now. So you guys are only into your second day. So if I draw. So if you can imagine that you guys are somewhere here, drawing a circle. Yeah. He's describing something that would be sort of up here. It's a rough representation, not a great representation. So
I
that
think if we
dragon.
stick to the foothills, we should
Yeah.
be good.
So if you
Yeah,
can either
south.
try to go this way, or you can try to go this way.
I wouldn't think we'd want to go in a higher ground. We'd probably
Well,
stay
it's
more.
yeah, no, higher ground is gonna be north. I'm just using this as you can go west or southwest at this point. If you want to give it a
I would say
wide
southwest.
berth, yeah, if
So
you
I
want to
have
go
heard,
wide, you would go southwest.
since we know dragons are real, we assume the legends about them are real too. He's probably got a lot of treasure up there. Just saying.
Probably, but we got a lot of people with us, so we can't really
Be
go.
worth remembering later.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We
Yes.
should keep this hush hush.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Later, we may need funding to help with the fight against the church, etc. So we'll remember that. But on this day, with all these people with us
Yeah,
and everything, we shouldn't be like traipsing up along into a nest of a dragon with all these
Oh, no.
refugees.
Yeah, too many more people to split it with. So yeah.
Not too.
that too, of course. Well, and there may be more. Like now that we know, that there's at least
Right.
one dragon. I don't
Yeah.
know if there's more dragons.
Right.
We just saw that one. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty while ago.
maybe Kryan will figure something out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what you know. So from here, you're making the decision to try to head southwest and kind of go into the lower foothills.
Not too
That's
close
what I
to the
think we should
road.
do.
Well, yeah, the road is you would need to get down out of the foothills. So I mean, you can for the most part. I mean, you may run across some hunters who are coming up in here into the foothills. There's always the chance. The lower you go, the more chances there are of people. The higher you go, the more chances there are of who knows what.
Yeah, I'd rather take my chance with people than dragon
As long
Yeah.
as it's not paladin.
Right. So
at this respectable level 5.
Yeah. All right. So, excuse me. The decision is made to head southwest. You guys are, it's mid-afternoon at this point. You might be able to get 2 or 3 hours um, of travel at this point, or you can just stay here and wait until the following morning.
No, I think we should get moving out of as
Okay.
far away from the dragon's
From the
territory.
Yeah,
dragon.
yeah. I think we should. Yeah, for next couple days, double marching if we can.
Okay. So as you guys are packing up camp, you can hear it somewhere off in the distance. You can hear the cry again, and you can hear like the wind of the trees, but it's somewhere like it's not directly above you. This is about an hour later, so you're making camp at this point. Bim explained everything to you. Actually, this isn't. It wasn't mid-afternoon. Sorry, it was after you guys had done breakfast. Got my timelines confused. So you're getting everything packed up and camped after breakfast. You'd had that fire going the whole time, so there was smoke going up, and you had cooked, and so campfire smoke. So it knows that you're in the vicinity, and it's up there flying around, looking. You get on the road, moving southwest through the trees. You're going to come across a section of the forest. In your haste to get away and to try to get out of that area, you manage to find yourselves in a thicket that's completely blocked off by fallen trees from the storm during the night before. You can either backtrack, try to find another way around, or you can spend the time to try to clear the trees out of the way and make room for the horses and all the people.
Think.
What'd you say?
We do.
I was asking what everybody
Mm.
thinks.
We do have draft
Mm.
horses if we want to take the time to pull stuff.
Yeah, we'd have to unload them though.
True.
And then load
Would
them
take
back up.
time.
I say we try to go around. I don't want to backtrack.
Well, you'll have to if you're saying go around, you'll have you've managed to come into this thicket in your haste to get
Okay.
away. There's no way out other than to backtrack and try to find a way around this thicket, or
Well-
you move the
okay.
trees, or you move the trees.
Can I use levitate to move the trees?
How does levitate
It
work?
says, one creature or loose object of your choice that can be seen within range rise vertically up 20 feet and remain suspended there for the duration. You can levitate up to 500 pounds.
But it's just one object, right?
You only be able to do one at a time. And how many takes a spell slot? So I assume so you'd be able
Well-
to move some.
Maybe
That's not a
something
cantrip.
big.
That's it.
No.
No, it's not a cantrip. I think it's I don't know what level it is, but how
It's
many?
a level 2. No, I thought I could like levitate 500 pounds worth of trees that are in front of me.
No, but it's a single object, I think.
That would help with the bigger ones, and then push it out of the way.
How many can you cast? Like how many can you cast? Like how many spell slots do you have?
Only 2 left.
So you could cast it twice.
Yeah.
I will give it to you that if you can focus on the biggest trees, the combined, you got some other mages with you, and they can help you, and you guys can manage to get all the trees out of the way.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
2 slots.
Okay. Yep. You will burn up your spell slots.
2 slots. Okay.
Okay. And you've gotten the trees out of the way. It's about noon at this point. You get beyond the thicket, and you hear somewhere behind you the crashing of trees and a mighty roar of anger and hunger.
How far back?
Close enough that it sounds scary and makes you want to move quicker.
Yeah, move fast. Quadruple pace. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, thank God, a better roll.
There.
Oh, good.
4.
Oh, good. We were getting 6
Okay.
after.
No, no,
Oh,
It's getting time to start making camp, and you can hear the cry of the dragon again, somewhere up above. It's distant. It sounds distant, but you can hear it doing the cry that it made when it flew across earlier. Um, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. You got about 1 more hour to go till you're gonna have to make camp. Okay, you're now into a very thick portion of the forest. And as it starts to get dark, everybody roll a perception.
Oh, good God Almighty! Oh, I'm very perceptive at the
Okay.
moment. Oh, so is Skinnie.
All right. I'm gonna have it be Bim because what does that roll? Still
That
have
was a
bless.
1.
Oh, she still has bless or something.
Oh, we need to take our blessing.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to take a rest yet.
While Christmas looking around, she trips and falls.
Yeah. Bim is the one. Bim is ahead. You know, you're all moving fast because you're trying to stay away from this. So there's no caution being made right now. You're moving as quickly as you can. And as the light is fading, you stumble out of a thick area of the forest into an area you're surrounded by thickets and brambles and everything else. It's a very small clearing. There's no way out but the way you just came, other than it's thickets all around you, and it kind of opens up sort of to the northwest of you. But as you stumble into this small clearing and the light is fading, you realize, as Bim realizes as he looks around, because he's kind of running up towards that clearing and trying to take a look to see what's there, and you run smack dab into it, and it gets all over your face, and you realize it's spider webbing.
Oh, great.
And then you take a moment to look back, and you realize that this whole clearing has giant spider webs spun all around it. And it is now dark is falling, and it's time
okay.
to make camp.
It's okay. I can ride giant spiders, guys. Do you remember?
Oh,
Pretty good
yeah.
at it.
You ended up with
I'm
poo
pretty
all
good.
over you, stinking for weeks.
Great
This is
spider
true.
tamer.
This is true.
Bim.
Great spider tamer.
And then you
Bim.
got sick, and you had a horrible constitution for
Dude,
more weeks.
So that's going to be the stopping point for this
was
session.
yeah. So
We may have lost Bim.
yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. So you have the distant cry of the dragon
We
happened.
got a freaking dragon. Oh my
The
God.
dragon is hunting you, and in your haste to run, you have run smack dab into a. Who knows? It could be. I mean, there are other things than spiders in the world, but there's definitely, you've stumbled across a section of the forest that appears to have spiders or spider-like creatures, and it's dark, and it's like 6 o'clock at night, and
And I ran into the web.
yeah, it like hits you in the face, and
Oh, so that means it sent the vibrations down
yeah.
to. Oh no.
It's gonna be a fun night, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's gonna think it's a bug because I'm like 18 inches taller, however
That's what I
tall
was
I
about
am.
to
Yeah.
say. Did you get stuck in the web? Like,
Oh,
big a
Diddy,
prey
let's
are
roll
they
for
trying
it.
to catch?
Roll a
Oh
6.
no.
Way to go,
Roll a
Damius.
6,
I'm
did you?
Hey,
Thanks, Damius.
This
Dexterity.
tells us how big the prey is.
No, you managed to, your face hit it, and you jerked back, and you managed to send yourself free. The question is, I'm gonna roll here real quick. Oh yeah,
good
as
God.
this happens, you can hear somewhere off in the distance the skittering and clickety clack sound.
Ew.
They
We're not sleeping
know.
tonight.
They
folks.
know. They know.
No
Better
long
set
rest for a bounty either. No spells.
Nope. All right.
Need
That's
this- We need the dragon now to come scorch all the spiders.
all right.
Oh my
That's
God.
that is the end point for tonight. So you can be thinking about how you want to approach this for the next session, because out of the frying pan into the fire, as it were.
We had a good run, guys. I think that's good. Good campaign.
As I say, I
start
think
there.
I think I'm sick next week, guys.
Cough, cough. I think, guys, that web.
Yeah. Just gonna sit this one out.
All right. Well, for
Maybe
those of you, go ahead, Themius.
I was gonna say maybe future adventurers, when they're running this campaign, if they come through the mountains, maybe they'll find our remains all webbed up and wonder
Couple
what
pieces of
happened to
gear.
this band of adventurers. Yeah, get a couple pieces of gear off us. Get some +1s, you know.
For those of you following along the
Yeah.
live stream, thank you so much for being here while we're live. I think Mujin and Liam are here tonight. Thank you very much. If you're watching after the fact, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you always get the updates. We're live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central here on the Weave of the Void YouTube channel. You can get a copy of our source book and the first campaign module called Escape from Barthana at weaveandvoid.com. You can also pick up a copy over at the Patreon page at the Dungeon Master tier. If you want to keep up with the ongoing chapters of the book as they're being published, you can check that out as well on the Patreon page, and our point-and-click adventure game, which is coming in the pipeline. Get the demo downloaded at the Patreon. And don't forget to catch us live on Thursday for the Catch of the Day podcast and map building and beyond as we have time. Thanks, everybody. For those of you who want to, we're here. Say good night as we wind down.
Night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
I don't.
Good
See you-
night.
Night.
See you next time.